Shetty brothers are some of the most inventive creators from Kannada cinema who have created a huge fan base for their conviction and storytelling. These are creators, actors, producers, writers who are backing some of the most interesting, unique, and risky projects. I remember the Kannada film fan base on this channel had recommended me to go and watch ASN 3 years ago, and I had to do my homework before stepping in for the film, and I just got lost in Rakshit's filmography and instantly became a fan. There is a dreamer within this man, a conviction that is rare in today's market that is mostly dictated by monetary forces. Knowing very well that 777 Charlie has been backed by him as a producer, I knew this was going to be a journey worth stepping into the theatre for. I had already prepared myself for the emotional roller coaster it was going to be, especially because I've had pets all my life and also recently had a dog who looked exactly like Charlie, and my god were they not kidding that I'll turn into an emotional wreck after watching this movie. I know many of you will not be able to watch this film until it comes on an OTT platform because while it is a pan-Indian film, its shows are restricted to 1 or 2 a day in the North Indian Hindi speaking belt. This was the same case with The Rage that I absolutely loved in the form of Vikram as well. It kind of breaks my heart because movies such as this need to be seen on the big screen, but if you're lucky enough, trust me, it is worth the investment. 777 Charlie focuses on a furry friend, a Labrador to be specific, who on his journey stumbles upon Dharma, played by Rakshit Shetty. A recluse and a loner, despite the chaos that the dog creates in Dharma's life, over a period of time you see their relationship evolve from only conflict to become the best companions. How several developments in the storyline lead to the duo going on a journey together, having a new purpose and lease of life forms the basic storyline of this film. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the movie so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch 777 Charlie in theaters or not. The underwhelming aspects. Indulgent second half. Like most Rakshit Shetty backed projects, the movie is indulgent with its world building and moments, making me realize that it could have easily been a tighter edit while still having the same emotional impact with viewers. The movie is 2 hours and 53 minutes long, and every sequence that Kiranraj focuses on has a callback or reference to what was previously said. This beautifully works from a screenplay point of view, but I feel like some of the sequences along the journey of Charlie and Dharma could have easily been trimmed for the second half to be a little more engaging. The performances more than make up for the storytelling being stretched, but you will definitely feel that cutting down on some of the sequences would have more or less made an almost perfect road movie that establishes a beautiful relationship between a man and his furry friend. The film is slightly dramatic also with its moments, which for me went into a little bit of an overkill mode, whether it be the characterization of a man violent with animals or a judge reprimanding Dharma during a dog show. I understand the point these characters were trying to make, but the dramatic quotient disconnected me momentarily on an otherwise convincing screenplay. The good. The music. You know what I realized by watching 777 Charlie was that it's literally like a long road trip. And when one used to go for a 5 to 8 hour journey, I remember we used to burn CDs and make our own playlists so that we never get bored along the way. These songs represented several moods that we assumed we will undergo or experience along the journey, and 777 Charlie in many ways is that road trip of a playlist with several emotions that will make you frustrated, helpless, happy, angry, and emotional. Trust me on the last feeling because I haven't wept so much in a long ass time. Nobin Paul, who has composed the music for this film, is one of the standout qualities of it. Across landscapes and the beautiful country that is India, his songs act as the perfect playlist along the journey. Songs like Oga, the journey song, and Sapate act as a beautiful way to denote why and where the duo is headed. The performances. The film boasts of beautiful performances. You know, the one thing that sticks out for me with most Rakshit Shetty ventures is the sincerity of the performances. Even when the world and situations get absolutely absurd, there is a conviction with the cast members that always stays intact. Sangeeta Sringeri as Devika, an animal rights activist, is formidable in her role. Doubtful of Dharma's capability to take care of Charlie, she keeps a close eye on him, the narrative not shifting to unnecessarily become a romantic track and aiding the storyline and journey to move forward. Bobby Simha, as a lover for animals who meets Dharma and Charlie along the way, has one of the most heartbreaking stories. It reflects on how important the union between these animals becomes, where there seems to be no hope from those who you love the most. Raj Shetty as the doctor in the film really accounts for some of the most hilarious moments, especially when he crosses paths with Dharma on a scooty, only to know that he's fallen in love with the animal that caused him so much headache. The tea stall owners and Sharvari as Adrika, the little girl who has a beautiful bond with the duo, will really tug at your heartstrings. Seeing Adrika say bye to Charlie as they commence their journey really did make me feel like I was going away to boarding school and saying bye to my parents. The journey. The beautiful part of this trip that commences in this film is that never did I stop myself to question why Dharma and Charlie are heading on this journey. Why are they taking the path that is tough and treacherous? In the pursuit of wanting to show what one presumably wants to experience the first time, many pragmatic minds may dismiss it as someone having lost their mind. But only people who have experienced that bond will truly know the contribution that they have, filling your life with an abundance of love and joy. For those who have never owned a pet, sequences may seem ludicrous of why a man is willing to go to such lengths for an animal that he only met less than a year ago. But the unconditional love, no matter how cliche it may sound, really does transcend what can be understood or deciphered with logic. From Karnataka to Kashmir, this film is truly beautiful, and Arvind Kashyap, as the cinematographer, makes sure to send us on this beautiful journey. The relationship. The thread, the essence of this film truly is the relationship between Charlie and Dharma. A relationship that evolved from an absolute hatred and apathy to pure love and admiration for one another. To see some of the sequences, it blew my mind on how much I resonated with it, because the eyes of these animals and how well they emote precisely on what is being experienced is unfathomable. Parting ways in a possible adoption, Charlie keeps staring at Dharma, almost bewildered that they might be separating. It's the teary-eyed glare from the animal that really does break you. The ability to understand that one may have upset his owner, only to put his paw on their body as a sign of apologizing for the same. Snuggling up to Dharma, resting his nose on his chest, waiting for a warm embrace. The moments in this film really do break you, not to forget Rakshit simply saying that he loves Charlie. That moment from the trailer hits you in the movie as well. Don't get me started on the interval sequence. I was a total emotional wreck. The journey that both Rakshit and Charlie embark upon really does culminate into a beautiful ending. And this film needed convincing vessels to communicate the same, and I really could not think of a better fit than these two actors. Marley and Me tore me, Hachi broke me. 777 Charlie really is a beautiful journey, and on the same lines as the other of my favorite dog films, this left me as an absolute emotional wreck. Pet owners, I'm telling you, you've been warned. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.